Sometimes all we need is a place to be heard.
This is
the Radio We All Wanted podcast. Now you get to see our perspective.
Ompo hapo hivi. Yeah, you'll be seeing our faces very frequently, and then the podcast you've always wanted. Yeah, amen. Yeah, for sure. So I'd really want to introduce everyone. Yeah. But I'd rather everyone to introduce themselves kivyao. So so let's start with the beautiful lady over there at the far end. Yeah. Hey.
I'm Yvonne. I'm just Yvonne.
Yeah, I'm connecting.
I'm
James Okot.
Hello, my name is Anyona.
We request you to move closer to the mic.
Okay, so my name is Anyona. Yeah, and a web developer.
Yes.
Okay. Amen.
Nice.
Mona, and I'm a fashion designer.
Damn.
Melissa.
Of course, we saved the best for last, so next.
I don't want to fight, stack it in the upper. I am David, I'm an Kim. I'm an electrical engineer. Yes. Hata kana kataa kusema pia ni electrical engineer.
Okay.
This is the Radio All Wanted podcast. Yeah.
And now this handsome gentleman right here, where's the camera? You should be looking at this one right here. So this handsome gentleman right here goes by the name of, I go by many aliases, man. I'm Smith, I'm Alexander, I'm that boy who everyone wants. I attract both genders. I'm Ompo. Both genders. You have to be that fine to attract both genders. Nikunoma your design. Yeah. But anyway, today we have a very interesting topic. Unfortunately, as you all know, Ompo is about having vibes. It's not only about cocktails or alcohol, naona, or even food. We can also have fun without all those stuff.
We can also have a conversation.
And have a conversation as well.
Yes.
Even though I would like naweza taka watu wengine hapo wakwe under the influence, because that's when we know they're too soft. But today we're just going to do a clean set.
Yeah.
Next set we're going to organize on one whereby we'll be teaching our audience cocktails and stuff. Yeah. But like I said, today's topic is millennials. And specifically good versus bad. What are their good traits and what are their bad traits? Now, which of the two, inashindana na the other. So by show of hands, I just like to show team good. Who says like the millennials are team good, team good?
Team red.
And who says that the millennials are team bad?
We're the blue pills. We're the blue pills. We're the blue pills.
So yeah, manze, just because
Contaminated.
we're gonna let ladies come first, and just because I'm in a team full of ladies, it's not because I'm also a lady. It's just like they prefer being with me rather than anyway.
ladies,
So
guy.
yeah,
You're not guy.
they all prefer, like I said, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Inakaa ni kama tuko angry.
For sure. Hawa kona daddy issues. Hawa watu wa bado wako na daddy issues, mommy issues. Yani issues zao ni mingi yani. Yeah, but
And
anyway.
we can talk about these people need open mindset. They need to be open-minded.
Yeah.
That is what I have to say
Na
about
nilijua tu
those
mtasema tu
people.
tutakuwa naive. But anyway.
Let's have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation, and
Yes,
then we
let's
see.
defend our
Yeah,
views.
let's defend our views.
Yes, and our
so
notions.
yeah. So let's start. Which of you two ladies would like to start with what you think is good about the millennials?
I nominate Yvonne.
Okay.
Okay, Yvonne.
The thing I like most, I like millennials because I think I'm the only Gen Z in my house. The other people are, the others. Those people, they're so open-minded about everything. I would say if I'm to talk,
And this guy is telling us to be open-minded.
relax.
Anyway, and
Let me cook.
Yeah, cook.
If I'm to talk about my mental health to a millennial or to a Gen Z, I'll go to a millennial. Gen Z's,
For sure.
Gen Z's,
Watch out,
millennials are good listeners. If you want to talk to someone who you want him or her to listen to you, and like listen real good, do a millennial. Both genders, they went through it. Relax.
You
When
do a
they was
millennial
younger,
Malisa anyway.
when they were younger,
Ompo imekuserve jaba juice, ndio?
Let's
When they were-
listen.
no.
Wacha tusikie.
Yeah.
Wacha
When
tusikie.
the- when
Let her
the
cook.
millennials
Yeah,
were-
let her cook.
Let her
Yeah.
talk. Let her talk.
hear me out. When they were younger, I believe they were given a lot of space to talk about what they were feeling, whatever they were going through, and like us. I'm not comparing, but most of the time, Gen Zs don't really talk about whatever they're going through. They are so used to what do they call it? They're so used to acting cool. Like
Nonchalant.
Yeah,
some
nonchalant, your
nonchalant
word,
shit.
boss.
Like ongea, speak up. And the millennials, they're not like 1,000% open-minded. Some of them are so retarded, but 90%. You need the 10%. No, relax.
Position.
Relax. No, 90%. No. Wait.
Choose a place.
Relax.
No.
I'm not done. 90% of millennials are very nice listeners, perfect listeners.
Okay.
The 10% ndio nimepatia Gen Zs. Because I strongly believe that personally, if I am to talk about something that is bothering me, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever, I would always and I will always and I have always chosen to talk to a millennial, no matter what. I strongly believe they are going to understand me so well and they're going to relate to whatever I'm talking about from their point of how they went through it, or maybe they have never, and from my point of as a young youth growing up, I could be looking at it from a very different perspective, but talking to a millennial would make me feel like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. Maybe I was overreacting. It was, okay. So yeah.
We definitely ukuchapa ukiwa mdogo, for sure.
No, sikuchapwa.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think millennials are very great listeners. They're perfect. Yeah, I would give them that 10,000%.
Strike one goes to Team Good. So Mona, what's up?
My thoughts on millennials. Honestly, you've made very valid points. Something I think, the thing I enjoy most about millennials, they're so willing to have fun. Like, you know, Gen Zs and basically everyone, they've got into this mindset of, oh, having fun is so cringe. Like, I don't want to act out, but have fun. You only live once. You genuinely only live once.
You don't have the YOLO in YOLO.
No. And honestly, the most fun I've had, and I think this is something I've talked to my cousins about time and time again, is when we're having family functions and we're just chilling with our parents and our uncles and our aunties, and we generally have more fun than, let's say, going to an event with our friends or something like that. We just have more fun with them because they're just so willing, they're so open, they're so free, they're themselves, and they're not scared of being themselves. And they stay true to that. And their music taste, their
Perfect.
taste,
Fire.
their taste
Fire,
in
man.
clothes. Oh my God,
Their
guys,
fashion.
millennials brought low-rise jeans. Life has never been the same. Life has never been the same. So yeah, I think their music taste, their taste in clothing, like just generally how they lived their life when they were our age is just something you can look up to, and like, yeah, they're just cool people. They're vibes all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just my point.
For sure. Me personally, me millennials are good. Kwanza, you know they drink higher than Gen Zs, for sure. And for me, for Ompo, that means business. So that's profitable as hell.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, I'm like what she said. Yeah. But most of the things, come to think of it, most of the things that we're even doing right now is because of what they already formulated. Unaona hizo ngoma za Rihanna 208 huko, kina Michael Jackson, yeah. I know y'all definitely know the stars were enzi za kina Gen Zs from, I don't know, 19 something all the way till 2008, 2007. But my artists were squeezy wanna fade off and stuff. The people who are dominating the music industry right now are millennials, if I'm not wrong. Kenyan industry, Sauti Soul, BN, people who've gone international, Bensoul, Nivi, those are millennials. Though, wacha niseme BN, unajua kuna time alijiclassify ka Gen Z, so I'll say it's no age, anaweza nitafuta. But anyway, okay, age is a factor, but even how you act. So I don't want to compare and everything, story Gen Z and millennial, because it's all about their good. But one thing I want to tell you is how watu ndo wamelelewa yo enzi yenye I have to take care of me, my mom, my bro. Unacheki, you see all that responsibility. Gen Z ako na freedom ya kutaka kuacha job sai juu nimeambiwa what are you doing? What are you telling me? Wacha niache job. I'm sorry. Hadi anabembelezwa because they have nothing to lose.
That's right.
But millennials are, structured because at the end of the day, mbogi mzima inawategemea mtaa. Kuna mbogi hivi mtu ana receive like 25 Gs, but kuna mbogi ina tap into that, ina tap into that money and everything. So I'm like, yeah, they're strict, but there's a difference between something who has nothing to lose and between someone who has something to lose and someone who has everything to gain. The way they act is totally different. I want to be conservative because at the end of the day, there are people depending on me. Me as a Gen Z sahi naeza amua hadi ni drop work, manze, go chill, daddy, rada, ni kumumana, nitumie kichele. Yeah, na atatuma. Woni millennial naomba do. Na msawa hapa kila mtu ameomba millennial do. Hadi timbani. Najua. Ona vile ananiangalia. Atizi
Nijipate.
Independent.
No, hapana.
Very independent.
Very independent.
sawa independence, sawa.
Very independent.
Man.
But afu pia mimi ufilaje manze, hao ndo watu wametengeneza culture. Unaona hii culture majenzi wanajigamba nao sahi. Boom boom ba.
Uko sure.
Boom 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 ba.
Yo boom boom ba unaonanga bado.
Wacha nikushow. Bro, every Sheng statement, let me tell you, every Sheng statement, remix za siku hizi za ngoma. Angalia Lil Maina na remix ngoma za Lini.
Yeah, that's true.
Manze,
Sheng ilianza when?
Sheng ilianza. Now let me tell you, you want to know when Sheng started?
Yeah.
Sheng started when watu wakiishi hizi makeja, niliona hii kitu online, sasa siku confirm, but watu wakiishi hizo makeja za Kanairo hiyo time yenye kulikuwa na skiza. Now you're so nakuona.
I have asked you when.
When before I was just giving you history. You don't want a history lesson? I'm the history lesson. Unataka tu kujua when. Labda
Wacha tusikie.
okay.
Tuambie.
Watu wa mtaa fulani, yeah, utapata mse wa Kibera, mse wa Ongwaro. Kuna vile when a foreigner comes, kuna vile wanadai kuweza kuongea, yeah, mwenye mse hizi rada. So atasemaje huo mweru fulani amekam tumgondi. Utapata hiyo time watu wa Ongwaro wako na joyo form but Kibera na joyo form. So akiona a newbie kuna vile wanadai kubonga wapige plans zao. Na at that time haikuwa segregated, watu walikuwa mixture. So Sheng ili come about like our own like native language, ikamixiwa na Kiswahili and everything. Ndio maana kuna some words in Sheng unaona tu kuna relativeness yake ya usapere, ujaka and all that. So I'm like hapa hivi nasikia si majenzi pia tumetoka na masheng zetu, kichele ni yetu, si ndio? Kitambo ilikuwa mukuchu ama ilikuwa nini? Before mukuchu ilikuwa ganji. Yani
kuna swali.
Yeah.
Babaka anajua Sheng.
Ule si baby.
Ni wa ushago. Ule si wa Kanairo. Ule no ushago. Uliza mtu yote mwenye amelelewa ushago kabuda yake.
Unapata most millennials wametoka ushago wamekaa Nairobi. Ukweli.
Kwanza napenda vile umesema Sheng ilikuwa ili develop with the essence ya to seclude watu kuelewa the terms of nini vile tulianza vile tunabonga.
Sasa majenzi ndo alitoa Sheng.
Yes.
Shujazi ilitoka lini?
Shujazi ilitoka lini?
Lini? Wewe ulisoma Shujazi ukiwa mtoto mdogo man.
Nilisoma kwanza nilianza class 8. Class 7 hapo.
Huu ni millennial hapo.
Class 7.
Huu ni millennial. Class 7 aje. Shujazi tulianza kusoma mama yangu alikuwa anasoma alikuwa
Relax.
Mama yangu alikuwa anasoma Shujazi man. Yeah, amesoma Shujazi. So unless you're my mom's age man.
I am an older Genz.
I think I was even.
Do you know the Genz?
Yes, I am an older Genz. I am an older Genz. So I know the history of Shujazi.
Shujazi,
Before,
sorry, we are lows. I'm sorry. We apologize.
Yeah. Ndio ulipata Shujazi. Kwani angalia zile machicks zenye ni pink. Hiyo time machicks bado ziko pink. Wana tushikanishi pink. Shujazi leo wanasema paka the chicks, yani watoto wa kuku. Pink ndo yani the eagle ama the otenga vile sisi wanasema. Wasikujua grab the chicks. Ono hiyo. Now I am the one who knows the history. Take it from me.
Hadi bado japewa chance. Ona vile washaanza kunivamia manze. But anyway, acha ni mali tu na kusema aje. Unaona umenini. But anyway, hadi unajua na older Gen Z kweli. Wewe ni millennial wa kwanza. Millennial fresher. Kitu iko ni mkae mkijua hadi mimi sasa manze I'm rocking some, some baggy jeans. Hizi ni vitu zilitokea kitambo.
I'm wearing capris.
Yeah, man, hizi ni vitu za kitambo ende.
No.
Usiseme
watch Love is Wicked. Unajua hiyo ngoma ndio years ago. Don't piss me off, man.
Hadi ngoma za Nyashinski manze. Ati kaungekuwa msanii wa sana. Kwani watu walikuwa wanavaa nini hizo maenzi?
Hiyo time basi ungebadilisha bagi. Ungebadilisha bagi yenye sleeve na kufikia hapa.
Siningeva. Nimeamua tu nisivaa.
Relax. Wewe bado mtoto mdogo.
Wait, let me explain. What happened is when millennials entered the workforce, they lost their personal style. They dropped it and they took on a more corporate style. But let me tell you, for a fact, these are from my mother's closet.
Manze, admin as a from my father's closet.
Fisherman. Fisherman.
Sasa ndo hapa tumeanza ni wacha to escape from the bad. Let's hear from the bad. Nini?
Come on.
This Tommy Hilfiger man. Camera zoom please. This
Adava kitu ndani.
Si ndo inavaliwa. Millennial va vitu naijua manze, navaaje vitu mingi hivyo manze.
Introduce us the bad people.
So we have the bad.
Ningependa kwanza tukua counter.
All you are bad.
Wamesema
hivi tu. Yeah.
Ilikuwa good.
Walikuwa good.
Ulikuwa good.
Wacha nianze hapa. Nimekula moto.
Wabaya. Wabaya. Wamesema kwanza yesi independent. Yeye ni
nimewasikiza. Yeah. Props tunapatia sawa. Music wise ni sawa. Hapo nayo first of all unajua kiekapo jua kali weke nani.
Shinski. Na
J.
Legends
Cole by the way
wengine
ametoa album hapo manzi. Fire bro.
ni moto.
Ni mbaya lakini
Bado kuna
niko na
kina
beef.
Tupac na Biggie.
Niko na beef.
Yeah.
Madam hapa nasema ati wako open minded.
Violence
Open
cooking.
Open minded.
Violence cooking.
Kwanza napenda point hiyo umegusia vizuri. Hebu iguzie vizuri.
Open minded.
Yes.
Nimeona akiandika kwa shati open.
Open.
Story, yeah.
Haya, moja malizia moja.
Yeah.
Kitu kwanza mimi kama Genz, mimi how I rock right now niko open minded, siwezi mind nikirock the same way 15 years to come. Mtu kama millennial yes alipatana na story. Mimi kama Genz nipate hapa ati wananiambia ati ndio nikuje job ati nisikuwe ati na dread zangu nisikuwe na nini. Man, fuck that job man. Alafu unapata una settle for less. For what?
What do you mean by settling?
Hivyo ndo wao uinama. Unajua hivyo ndo watu uinama.
I have a question. So you mean when you have your dreads on, I'm now a millennial, okay? You need to work at my company. Ukuja nikwambie, I'm sorry sir, but you cannot work here with your hair like that.
Why?
Does that make-
Sasa hapo ndo tunakujia.
Hold on.
Why don't you want my
Because
dreads?
according to me, I don't think it's right for you to work in my company.
Why is
with
it
your
not
hair
right?
like that.
Why is
Sasa
it
hapa
not
tunaenda
right?
kuingia Genz versus Millennials.
Why is
Kwa
it
bad.
not
We're
right?
just talking about bad.
Why is it not right?
Guys, stay
Kuna
in
hii kitu,
line.
kuna hii
Stay
kitu,
in
kuna hii
line.
kitu
Okay,
yenye.
so
Stay in line.
kitu-
Stay. Bad
Let me
inadai
ask you a
kutua
question
hapa.
then. Let me ask you a question.
Msitumalize.
Yes,
Okay.
I have a dreadlocks. Yes, and I'm very experienced.
You don't have
very
it.
skilled.
Very
You don't
skilled.
have
Very
it.
skilled. Very well mannered.
Okay.
Okay. And I have come to your company and I've done an interview and your hiring manager
Okay.
has deemed me well for the position. But
Right.
now, just because due to your
Personal
opinion,
bias.
your personal bias of watu wenye kona dready.
Ndio social setting
So
ati.
will you put me aside and just put another person who doesn't have the same skills as me to work for you?
That's not right.
Now you're coming to our side.
No.
I like that.
Naona kitu anajaribu kudu.
I want to reason as a normal human being.
Yes, just reason and logically.
If my
please.
HR comes to me and tells me kuna huyu amekuja mwenye ako na locks ako na hii na hii na hii and there's this other who does not have either, I believe you need your company to I need my company to run very well. Hii haimaanishi ati I am going to Jesus, my dad is calling me.
I'm scared story ya Millennial anyway.
That does not mean that wewe wa dready you have any shortcomings. And whatever I say that sitaki ufanye kwa my company, we could either have a conversation and come to an agreement of a certain way I would want you to put your dreads. There are some people who lock their dreads so well that you wouldn't have a problem with it. That happens everywhere.
So your
And
problem
some
is
people
how
wait,
people lock the
wait
dreads.
a minute. I'm trying to reason with the millennials, or sometimes wanafikiria as the big bosses, because I've been to such situations, institutions, where people have been fired because of the slightest. But that does not mean that those people, they don't want to be open-minded. Me, I understand them. It's either they were raised in an environment where mtu alikuwa na dread, alikuwa naangaliwa like, that's not their problem. We can't push it kwao ati wewe ni no.
Okay.
They're just human beings. I always think sometimes not picking sides because I'm a Gen Z full time. Even though personally I do not think it's right for mtu mwenye akona dreadlocks asikuwe hired. That's not right. But I wouldn't blame the boss. It really depends with how someone was raised.
Hiyo kitu unasema kwanza, hebu relax.
Relax.
Huyu.
I like the way you've talked. I really admire it.
I too.
That is very mature. Yeah.
Very calming.
Open-minded and very Gen Z.
Na bila amesema.
And very Gen Z.
Yeah.
And very Gen Z.
Go
Never
ahead.
in my life have I met a millennial talking like
You've
you.
met
No,
the
wait.
wrong
No, wait. I have a perfect defense to this. Okay, guys, so my mom is a millennial. And for my first birthday,
Shout out to her mom manze.
for my first
for
birthday, I got dreadlocks as my first birthday gift
Whoa.
from my mom and my uncle.
Manze.
And I had them for 5 years. So the thing is, let me say with locks especially, because I don't think that was the perfect point to like argue on, because the history with locks runs much deeper than even millennial versus Gen Z.
Manze.
It goes back.
Even spiritual.
Yeah, it goes back to
very
it goes
spiritual.
back to Mau Mau, and they used to lock their
not
no.
even Mau. From Ethiopia.
No, it's not even
Nili
from
gonna
Ethiopia.
have
I'm
in
talking
Ethiopia.
about. I'm
I'm
talking about.
interested.
Kenya.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
Alikuwa
I'm
mbaya.
talking about the what's it called? The discrimination against locks in Kenya. It started from the Mau Mau used to wear their hair in locks. And it was not necessarily a choice, but it was because of the environment that they were in, where they're constantly in forests and caves.
They
and
had
trees.
no choice.
They had no choice. Their hair locked up naturally, because when do they have time to go? They're fighting for the country's independence. When do they have time to go to a barber shop?
Now you're speaking.
Something like that. So it was always like, if you're seen with locks, you're presumed to be Mau Mau or to be working with them. And so the white people, they're going to take you away. You saw what happened to the 1 million Kikuyu when they were taken to those camps and everything. And that was because it's just discrimination, and it always comes like that. So it's been ingrained in them from when they're very young, because of also the trauma that their parents had due to what happened with locks. It's been ingrained in them, like, don't have locks, don't do this, don't do that.
Now that you've
Okay,
you've
now
said that you're
you've said that
open-minded, can't we change that?
No, we can change that, but
But
you see,
what's
the
the
thing
I
is,
have a
problem?
point to
it's
say.
trauma. You know,
I
sometimes
have
trauma
something to
doesn't
say.
allow you to.
Yes, I have something to say.
Say it then.
From your point.
Yeah, say it.
You have stated a very strong point. It is their trauma, yes. Now, trauma, you as a person, yeah, you're the one, it
Kwani
is
una
your
trauma?
responsibility to identify your trauma and move from it. You understand?
Kwani una
Not
trauma?
to-